I'm in the process of installing an air conditioner, a mini split system. And I got that installed so far. It's called an AC disconnect. And it's got these fuses in there. Just like that. I'm still doing some wiring under the house. That's where I left off. Have this 220 line going to my bedroom, going to the baseboard heater. That looks like a perfect spot to tap into. It's a little short there, but I think I'll make it work. And I have a new line right here going to the disconnect. So now I have to splice all that shit together. Well, that's done. I just have the ground wire twisted together. I'm not using any wire nuts for that. It's a ground wire. And I just have it sticking through this hole. It's supposed to attach to a ground screw in there somewhere, but the ground screw isn't in there, so I'm just gonna have it poking out like that. And no one should be under the house fucking with this thing anyway, so it should still work. There, that should do it. And I think I'm going to want to mount the outdoor unit right there. The indoor unit lines are going to be coming out that way, but that's not going to be till later. I'm going to do what I can for now. So I got to mount this and another one over there. I got to drill with that special drill bit and this special fastener. So let's hope this works. I thought masonry bit would do the trick, but I cannot penetrate this wall. I tried another spot right there. I was going to mount right there, and down there I was trying again on the second spot. It is not penetrating. Well, it's the next day, and I'm going to try this again. I got something with a little bit more oomph. A hammer drill and a hammer drill bit. Let's see if that'll do any better than that piece of shit I had. I returned it and got my money back for it. Yeah, that's much better. It's a 1/2 inch bit. And the Chinglish instructions for these mounts say you use a 2/5 bit. So it's a little tight. No such thing as a 2/5. What the fuck? Alright, these mounts are garbage. I'm gonna have to get some different ones. These came with the mount, and they're trash. They don't work. I got this one mounted. I'm not sure if I can trust it though. Well, it's the next day. I made a trip to Home Depot and it's raining. So anyway, don't go with these pieces of shit that came with these brackets. Go with their wedge anchors at Home Depot. You drill the hole, you pound these in so you get studs on the, and then you cinch it with the nut. I don't think these are going anywhere. So I'm not sure if I want to put the outdoor unit on right now or not. It's getting late. I think I'll do that tomorrow. Then I gotta wire it to this thing, and then I'll get the ladder till Tuesday according to Amazon, which I need to reach up there to pull the hoses through and the wire, and Well, the good news is it supports my weight, so if it can support my weight, I'm sure it'll support the weight of the outdoor unit. Yeah, I hung on that thing. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Alright, the moment of truth. Did I space those the right distance apart? Because I measured. It's close, but at least these brackets will bend a little bit to make it fit. And I didn't have to do too much coaxing to. It's a perfect fit. Slightly unlevel, that's okay. I ain't gonna worry about it. It is what it is. I mean, if the compressor's on this side and it's slightly unlevel this way, it just helps keep it lubricated. Alright, time to tighten those bolts. I didn't make them too tight because I don't want to squish those little biscuits too much. I just keep an eye on those. If they start backing out, I'll put some Loctite or something on them to keep them still. And now I just gotta wire it up. Now I just gotta get power from that to this with that. It ain't gonna go very far. So let's see how much of that I'm gonna need. And then I have another one of these to go either there or there. I think this will be a better angle. We'll see. Alright, now I just gotta coax all this into L1 and L2. It does not matter because it's 220 volt and they're both hot. I'm starting to rethink my opinion that all household wiring should be 10 gauge. This stuff's a bitch to work with. I thought the 12 gauge was bad. And these itty bitty terminal screws there too. So I think I got it. And there's a cat fight. Oh, round yourself. I decided to take that bottom piece off. I figured it'd be much easier to handle if I did. And I just didn't want to break this seal thing, but I think it'll be alright. So, well, I guess as long as it's sealed at the top, all the rain shit can just, it'll be fine. And got that wired up, not without a fight. I dropped 2 screws somewhere, and I'm gonna have to get my fishing magnet and look for them. So now I can just put this back on, find the missing screws. That's pretty much done. This wire, I don't know why they just can't make this stranded instead of solid. I can handle 10 gauge stranded. The 10 gauge solid, it's fuck. Alright, that was a bitch and a half. Took me an hour and a half just about. Man, because that wiring is just a bitch. But now I have to run the lines from here through a hole up there tomorrow. Oh, and the electrical line that goes through the first 3 screws here is a lot more forgiving, and it just has to go with the refrigerant lines up to the indoor unit to power that. So, alright, got the bracket for that thing. And I already got a pilot hole with a really long drill bit drilled at an angle through to the other side of the house. And now I gotta finish it off with this and then come back on the other side and come around this way. So, and there's a Karma when she was a kitten. And I got that held in with 6 screws. It's not going anywhere. Well, it is nice to know that this house is insulated, which which I kind of figured because it really doesn't take much to heat this house. Like, I hardly ever have to use any heat at all in the wintertime. Just basically electronics from, you know, playing games on a computer or whatnot. That's enough to heat this bedroom up. So now I gotta go on the other side. Alright, there's a pilot hole somewhere up there, right there. I can go through with that. There's my new ladder. It collapses. Hopefully it doesn't collapse while I'm on it. That would suck. Oh, and then the vent for my other air conditioner, which is probably gonna get moved to that room for like guests and whatnot. So the wood is coming out in sections. This is layer number 2. First layer was the cedar, and hopefully I only just have one more layer to go. Yeah, I think this house is pretty well insulated. And the cat's turned that on again, but I'm all the way through. So now I can collapse. No, I don't have to collapse this yet because I still have to feed the lines through. So now this part's pretty self-explanatory. 1, 2, 3, and these are marked 1, 2, and 3. If you can't figure that out, you're probably a Democrat. That's all done. I got a cat on my back, don't I? I do have a cat on my back. Really? You shithead. You shithead. Meow. Cats. Okay, now I got to go to the back side of this and straighten out the coolant lines and tie it with that and fish it through that. And then it came with this, it's like receipt tape. It doesn't stick at all, but I had to wrap it around there. And hopefully we could just stuff it through that little tiny hole. I got those through. Now I just gotta gently bend them down. They're copper. You don't want to kink them. So I'm gonna yank on that just a little bit because the air conditioner is almost mounted, but there's, yeah, I gotta give it a little jerk and hopefully it'll make it flush with the wall. But it's secure. It's not going anywhere. Alright, I think I can start hooking up the line set now. And then get that all wired up. I have a little bit extra, but I should be able to stuff it in the line set cover I'm going to have over all this. So, oh boy, the fun part. Now I just have to purge the nitrogen from that and then connect with that using some of that and try to use those and kind of guess the torque. So I have a torque wrench, I just don't have the claw, you know, the attachments for doing this. So I'm just going to take a guess. And now it's purging nitrogen. Let it out slowly, otherwise it's going to go boom. I might hook up this one, but this one will let it out gently. I don't think I'm going to need up that ladder for a little while. And I'm just going to focus on hooking all that to this. And I need a screwdriver, god damn it. Well, like I said, these are numbered. Very self-explanatory. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, and of course, the ground. So, boom, done. Now to the refrigerant lines, and I have excess, and I'm not going to cut them and try to reflare them. I'm just going to put up with the excess. Well, that ain't pretty. I can straighten it out later. But now I gotta take this cap off, hook my vacuum pump to it, and see if it'll hold the vacuum. If not, I got probably some tightening to do. And once I know for sure it's going to hold the vacuum for half hour, hour, whatever, then I can go ahead and take these caps off and open the valve and release the Freon from this. It's not Freon, Freon is R12, refrigerant from this to the rest of the system. And then I can clean up these lines and put the covers over it and make it all look pretty, except for this part. I don't give a shit as long as it works. Shit's about to get serious. Alright, vacuum pump is running. It's staying in the negatives there. If I turn this off, it seems to be staying. But I'm going to keep it open. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the pump and see what happens. It's holding steady, but it's got to sit for like a half hour like this with everything turned off and everything closed off to see if I have a leak or not. And I think the vacuum will help suck some of this stuff in and help seal it up too. So, and HVAC techs and everybody, I'll swear by that. So, but I'm going to turn the pump back on and make sure the needle has not moved. It has not moved. That is a good sign. So, back on. Yeah, definitely want to keep this part closed. Otherwise, yeah, I don't need that part because there's no high pressure side. There's just low pressure side. And, oh, there's a little bitty spider. Focus. Already trying to make a home here. Yeah, it's been running for about a half hour, so I think I can go ahead and close that up and turn this off and just let it sit while I go back inside and finish my coffee, come back out and see if it held vacuum. If not, I got some tightening to do. I don't make them too tight. Alright, it has not moved. It's not moving, not moving. Alright, back inside I go. It's been about 15 minutes and it hasn't moved. It's going to continue to sit there for a little bit because I cleaned that up a little bit and I forgot to put this over. So, and it's starting to rain. Well, I got this all wrapped up all the way down here and attached the drain hose. And I turn the vacuum pump back on and open the valve. And usually, if there's a leak, that vacuum pump would make a weird noise, and it didn't. So that's a very good sign. So I'm about ready to pop this valve open, but I got to get an Allen wrench for these two and turn the power on and see if we get air conditioning. All right. There are those two valves. So I'm going to open up this one, leave this one on. It's not going anywhere. That valve is vacuum. So, and that valve is closed. But I do have to release a little bit. I can hear it going into the system. And a little bit on this one. Okay, and I think I can go ahead and take this off, but be quick about it because it's a Schrader valve, so just gonna make a little hiss. And then put that back on. And finish opening up these valves all the way. Okay, that one's open. That one's open. Almost. There we go. Okay. This isn't quite finished, but I'm pretty sure I heard it beep when I flipped the breaker. So down. It's starting to get cold. Oh yeah, now I can feel it. Let's see if it'll heat now. Put it on. Set to 79. Let's see if it's gonna go into heat mode. Well, the heat is definitely working. Alright, AC is running great. And I just threw that shit out the window because I didn't want to make 2 trips because I had that ladder and the drill to carry, but I had to go back inside anyway to grab my phone, so I had to make an extra trip in there anyway. So now I gotta install this shit over this shit and try to clean that up some because it's kind of tacky to make it look nicer. And I got some expanding foam because that hoodie thing there going over that there's still going to be gaps, so I'm going to fill the gaps. This thing is so fucking quiet, not even funny. Oh, I can feel heat coming off it now. It's doing what it's supposed to. Yeah. Good enough. Not have to worry about weather anyway because I got that. Supposed to attach to the wall right there with that thing, but I got a plumber's tape right there. That'll do. And I gotta try to straighten this out somewhat. Just be careful. Well, I'm gonna call that done. I got the lines secured down there with zip ties. I think this one needs to be tightened just a little bit more. There. And as for this excess here, I ain't gonna fuck with it. Because if I tried to mess with it too much, I could cause a leak right there. I don't want to do that. So, yeah, it feels nice and cold. It's definitely working. So this is the back side of the house. No one's ever going to see it except if we have the fair, county fair going or a car show. But who's going to give a fuck? Oh, anybody want this trailer? much it.